everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Entertainment with Buford and Francis. Today, I will cosplay as Francis from the Fairly Odd Parents. I'll be telling the story of Brother Bear. Enjoy the video. In Alaska, in the wake of the Ice Age, local tribesmen believe all creatures are created through spirits in the form of an aurora. At the beginning of the film, an elderly man named Denahi tells a story to the group of villagers about him and his two brothers and how love is the most powerful gift of all. Three brothers, Kenai, the youngest, a younger Denahi, the middle, and Sitka, the oldest, return to their tribe and meet with Tanana, the shaman of their tribe, for Kenai to receive his sacred totem, its meaning being what he must achieve to call himself a man. Unlike Sitka, who gained the eagle of guidance, and Denahi, who gained the wolf of wisdom, Kenai receives the bear of love. Much to his objections, he is also teased by Denahi, who calls Kenai a lover boy and gives him a flower crown, much to Kenai's annoyance. Sitka reminds Kenai not everyone is just like their totem, but he felt the same when he got his. He tells Kenai that he understands his totem now that he's older, but Kenai still doesn't see how a bear can love, as he believes that bears are mindless, thieving monsters. He thinks his point made a fact when they found out a bear steals some salmon that the brothers were storing in a basket that Denahi made. Denahi chews out Kenai for not tying the basket up in a tree and calls him a pinhead. Sitka stops a fight and tells the two they can always make a new basket, but Denahi, who spent 2 weeks making the basket, says Kenai should make it since he messes things up. Fed up with his brother's cruel words, Kenai follows the bear's trail to get back to the basket despite Sitka's objection. To his anger, Kenai finds the basket destroyed. As he leaves, the bear appears and Kenai recklessly throws rocks at it. Provoked, the bear attacks Kenai and he falls off a cliff. His brothers find him and they battle the animal on a giant glacier, and the bear gets the upper hand. Sitka sacrifices himself to his brothers, causing both himself and the bear to fall off the glacier. However, the bear survives and runs off into the woods. After Sitka's funeral, Kenai, outraged that Sitka died and the bear survived, decides to head out to avenge his elder brother. He tries to get Denahi to join, but Denahi tells Kenai that killing the bear won't solve anything. Kenai is only annoyed that Denahi is acting wise, but he tells Kenai he should be following his totem as he is. Kenai, however, remains unconvinced that love is an important part of being a man after seeing a saddened Tanana rip off his necklace and leaves. Denahi says it and goes to stop Kenai. After they leave, Tanaha says to Sitka's spirit that he left too soon and they both need his guidance. Kenai tracks down the bear, chasing it up onto a rocky cliff, and engages it in a fight, eventually stabbing it and killing it. The spirits, represented by Sitka's spirit in the form of a bald eagle, transforms Kenai into a bear as a punishment for his actions after the dead bear's body evaporates and joins them. Denahi arrives and falsely believes that Kenai was killed by the bear from earlier. Kenai falls off the cliff, falls down some rapids, and survives while Denahi vows to avenge Kenai. Kenai awakens and is healed by Tanana. He is in shock to be a bear and becomes panicked until Tanana snaps him out of it. She does not speak the bear language, but advises him to go to a mountain and find Sitka and be turned back to normal, but only when he corrects what he had done wrong. She quickly disappears without any explanation. Kenai quickly discovers he can talk to the wildlife, meets two moose brothers, Rut and Took. He gets caught in a trap but is freed by a chatty bear cub named Koda. After they evade Denahi, who is still unaware that the bear he's pursuing is Kenai, Koda reveals to Kenai that his mother is missing. They make a deal. Kenai will escort Koda to an annual salmon run, and then the cub will lead Kenai to the mountain. Along the way, the two eventually form a brother-like relationship and are joined by Rut and Took. The group hitches a ride on a herd of mammoths to avoid being tracked by Denahi, but the moose are left behind when the bears continue on foot. Next, the bears encounter some cave printings and a pair of rams arguing with their echo. Before reaching the salmon run, they must go through a volcanic field with steam geysers, red rocks, dead trees, volcanoes, and wildfires. Kenai and Koda are then forced to outrun Denahi once again while avoiding the geysers and other obstacles. After escaping, the pair approach the salmon run, where a large number of bears lives as a family, including their leader Tug, a huge grizzly bear. At first, Kenai is about to say goodbye to Koda, saying they will not be meeting again. He asks Kenai why, but he cannot tell Koda the true reason. Tug is listening and asks why. Kenai says he does not belong there, but insists he stays. The bears join a whole group of bears fishing for salmon. While spending time with them, Kenai becomes very much at home and content with the other bears. During story time among the bears, Koda tells a story about his mother fighting human hunters on a glacier, which was the same bear Kenai encountered but from Koda's perspective, making Kenai realize in horror that the bear he had slain was Koda's mother, who was only trying to keep her cubs safe. Guilty and horrified for what he did, Kenai runs away, but Koda soon finds him. Kenai reluctantly reveals the truth to Koda, who runs away heartbroken because he is now an orphan. Unable to apologize to Koda because he can't find the cub, Kenai leaves in disgrace to climb the mountain himself. Having fallen off the mammoths, Rhett having lost an antler in the process, Rhett and Took reformed their brotherhood in front of Koda, prompting him to go after Kenai in hopes of rekindling their brotherhood. Denahi confronts Kenai on the mountain, but their flight is intervened by Koda, who steals Denahi's hunting spear. Kenai goes to Koda's aid out of love, prompting Sitka to appear and turn him back into a human before he could suffer the same fate as Koda's mother, much to Denahi and Koda's surprise. Even though he can't talk to humans, Koda doesn't want Kenai to leave because he has been like a brother to him ever since he came to the cub's life and is in desperate need of a parental figure. Kenai realizes that Koda is now motherless because of his own mistake and asks Sitka to transform him back into a bear so he can take care of Koda. Sitka relents. Kenai changes back into a bear with Denahi's blessing, and Koda is reunited briefly with his mother spirit before she and Sitka return to the spirits. In the end, Kenai lives with the rest of the bears and he paints his paw print on the village wall. At last, Kenai gains his title as a man through being a bear.